Hi, I'm Jan.
I'm Erin.
And we're Prairie Girl Outpost.
We help trailblazing women expand in life and in business. Today, we are talking about Createbooking. Some of you may have heard us talk about this before, and this might be totally new to some of you. So we're going to give you a quick brief on what Createbooking is and how you can start using it to grow your life and business forward.
Exactly. So, we were stuck. We've been stuck a few times in our business, but this one time in particular, I can even remember sitting in a Starbucks coffee shop in a chapter store. Before we left that day, we bought a blank journal. Our conversation had been, what direction forward do we go with our business? We
were stumbled.
Yeah, we just
stumped.
Yeah. So we bought this blank journal, which happens to be this, and it's really old looking now. It looks like it's about 100 years old, and we really treasure it and rub it for good luck.
We were so committed to finding what that thing was for us to keep working together. It was dire straits for us. It was quite we really needed a sign, or we really needed some practical, down to earth way to evaluate and move forward.
And I want to say, as you're saying that we were looking outside of ourselves for the answer, but the answer wasn't outside of us. It was
life lesson.
It was inside. But it was still mumbo jumboing up in your head, my head. So what we did is we kind of backed up the bus and
went back to basics.
What are our skills? What are we interested in? Where do we shine? Like all these different things.
What kind of people do you want to hang out with? What kind of creative space do you want to surround yourself with?
Yeah. So I'm just going to give you a quick look.
And this is our original Createbook from 2011.
This would be 11. This one is November 2010.
2010. Okay.
Anyways, this book is really inked and it's beautiful. Like, we think it's really beautiful. But contained within this book, we started seeing ourselves again for the first time, and we started seeing that there was some connection
and meaning.
Yeah, and that as we were asking ourselves questions. Maybe we didn't understand that we were at the time, but it was prompting us to.
We started looking at our world in a different way, and we started looking at our past experiences, and we started looking at our skills and what we were doing at that time in a different way. And I think you mentioned connected, and so what began to connect itself in these pages were actually how exactly who we were fit together into this vision for both of us in a business.
Yeah, and so a Prairie theme came up, and kind of like trailblazing women
values.
And because we weren't putting any
expectations, or pressure
on what was coming into the pages. We were just putting what mattered to us. We would books that we were directed to. It doesn't matter what it was. It all started collecting on the pages, and suddenly we started outlining. Well, what would we really love to be doing going forward? And that started coming up, and we talk about it, and then let's go talk to this person, or let's do this. So anyways, a whole framework for a business
came to life,
started showing
in
up
these pages.
What the heck? So by the time this book was finished,
now let's just show it again. By the time it's basically like it's our playbook. It became our first visual representation of who we are and how we wanted to show up in business. And what was most important to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the really interesting part. So we've gone through this book, and we said, like, there's a process happening here. Like, we could feel it. Like we know that we were collecting information sometimes. We could see that we had times where we were reflecting on it, connecting the dots, like ahas would happen.
Going out, taking action based on that.
Yeah. So when we kind of stood back and took a top-down view, and then actually went out on the internet and looked at, well, what is the creative process? We found that what we were doing in our Createbook has been a centuries-old practice of how creativity actually works. That there is an information collecting phase, and there is a reflection phase, and there is a connection phase, and direction and action phase. And we're going, oh, so intuitively we had tapped into it because we were so curious, so willing, and we didn't have expectations on it.
Yeah.
So then we went back through our book and said, what questions must we have asked ourselves to do this page and this page? And all of a sudden, flip, we got 4 elements: collect, reflect, connect, direct. We've got these power questions that went with them, and we're going,
that allowed us to continually evolve. Yeah.
We should share this with people.
Yeah. But it wasn't until years later that we decided
that we
to share
actually
it,
launched
that
it.
we were ready. Yeah.
Yes, because we
needed
had
to be ready in retrospect.
And we weren't ready in so many ways.
No.
But neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So it works. We still use the practice. We don't spend all this time inking pages.
No, our create books don't look like this anymore because we simply don't have time. But that's not where the magic happens.
No.
The magic happens with the 4 elements of Createbooking and the questions.
Yeah.
And so what it allows you to do is, there is such power, and it's scientifically proven, that when you actually take a pen and you're writing it down, writing down your ideas, writing down your thoughts, writing down things that happen, and how do you feel about that? What do you think that means? When you ask yourself those questions, something magical does happen.
Yeah, because within our books, there could be notes from a TED Talk we've watched, or a webinar.
The nugget of gold that you your takeaway.
Yeah.
You write it down.
Yeah. So nothing gets left out. Like if it passes across our business landscape, it goes in our Create book. And here's the thing, after 8 years now, I'm looking over at the basket we've got a basket this big. Now we have a conglomerate of ideas, and some of them
we can mine.
Could still make themselves known in the world.
But it's also confirmation. When we look back at 2010, what were our core values and what did we want to be doing? Hello, Prairie Girl Outpost today. This is exactly what we're doing. So that's pretty cool. So we just want to say we're going to be talking more about Createbooking and also how you can start Createbooking yourself. But really, if you are in business, if you own your own business, this is so different from planning. This is so different from journaling. This is moving you and your ideas and your business forward in a way. I don't know how else
I want to interject. It unites your intellect and your intuition.
Thank you.
And so both of them are working hand in hand.
Yeah.
And one sometimes has to be still while the other one is processing.
Yes.
Vice versa.
Yes.
And so it's a way to move your intellect and your intuition together, working on your behalf. And so you're not fighting your head and your gut about what something is. And then you will find, and there's a thing called the reticular activating system. It's the base of the brain. It alerts you to things that are related to what you're focusing on in your life right now, what you're
expanding your outlook, like you're
So you'll find it's like more synchronicity happens for you, more serendipity. You're like, holy shit, where did that come from?
But it's not serendipity. You're just noticing. It's a mindset. Like you're expanding your mindset. So
and your awareness.
And your awareness.
Big time your awareness. So anyway,
so it's perfect.
We could really talk a lot more about it.
And we will. It's perfect if you've got a business, but also if you're wanting to start a business that has meaning to you. This is where you start too, because you're going to make sure you're guaranteeing yourself that you're basing it on what is true to you, your skills, your natural talents, passion, and your wisdom from your experiences. So we'll wrap it up. But that is Createbooking, and we are going to be talking a lot more about it. That's exciting that she's back.
Yeah. And we may even show you some of our current pages to show you what we're currently doing in our business, how that is translating into action, things you might see us doing, and all the rest of that. So, anyways, Createbooking.
Yeah, there you go.